Remember when WCW were all in one movie? WCW wrestlers were all in one movie. Yeah, me neither. Um, this is Ready to Rumble review. Uh, about talking about WCW wrestlers in one freaking movie. How awesome was that at the time? If you watch this movie and you watch the people in the movie, the WCW wrestlers in the movie, um, you couldn't really, I don't think they were all in there, but I feel like most were in there. You had DDP, we had Goldberg, we had Macho Man Savage, Macho Man Randy Savage, um, Sting, we had um, um, heck, John Cena had a freaking cameo in the movie itself. Uh, I'll get into that in a minute though. Um, who else? You had so many wrestlers that were uh, in the movie. Uh, there were so many. There was I don't even. I think even Rey Mysterio was in this movie because I remember he was in WCW at the time, but he wasn't being called Rey Mysterio. Um, but I feel like this is pretty much a movie when this is me telling you. Remember when WCW made a movie? Because Ready to Rumble is a good movie. Due to WCW people in it, wrestlers in it. This it does have a good story to it, but I feel like WCW wrestlers, they were fully packed, and WCW was at its prime, at the to the peak. They had their pretty much they had their own movie. Let's just say they had their own movie, and it was this movie, Ready to Rumble. He's Sting in this picture right here. You know, um, DDP wants some help from him, and you see DDP playing a heel on this movie. uh, you know, they're all ganging up on this character. His name is the King, the wrestler. Which he's not a real wrestler; he's an actor. But they're all ganging up. These are real wrestlers from WCW. I think this guy's. I don't know if this guy's the Big Boss Man. But yeah, he used to wear this attire a lot. The one with the fire. I forgot his name though. But they're all real wrestlers though. Yeah, this is just such a monumental thing. And look at this WWE superstar that made a cameo, John freaking Cena. Before he was in WWE, he wasn't in WCW. He was in other events, but I guess they put him in this movie as an extra on this movie. Holding some weights for some other wrestler. But remember John Cena used to have a little mohawk going with the blondish of himself. Um, yeah, it was such an awesome movie. You had all these characters, and this was just why WCW had their pretty much their own movie. You had all these characters. You had they had DDP even had a big part of this movie. He played a big part in this movie, playing a heel, being champion. Um, just such a good movie. You know, you really have all these characters in this movie, which it was very great. And I just feel like it was just such a monumental thing, and it was such a big thing during the time when it was that big. And yeah, um, it was pretty much WCW kind of movie in my opinion. And that's why it makes it so much big. Because if you look at other movies that had wrestlers in it, I wouldn't. There's no more wrestlers like WCW did, because they pretty much put their own whole roster on this movie, on Ready to Rumble. And yeah, it was such a big monumental thing at the time. And yeah, it was just so big. And yeah, I just like that's why I'm saying that, that's why I'm saying remember when WCW had their own movie, because it was pretty much ruled by WCW, even though the movie had a different story to it. But it had a lot of WCW involvement in it, because it just showed the wrestlers at the time. They were pretty big at the time, and that's when WCW was already on the rise. So yeah, until they got shut down by WWE, of course. But yeah. I thought it's just just a cool review. I just wanted to review that, and I was like, wow. Until I watched the movie a couple of days ago, I was like, wow. I didn't know how much uh, WCW wrestlers were in this movie. It was just quite monumental. It was just and then I try to think of other movies that had that much, and never, no one ever had that. And that's why, to this day, I think it's one of the best movies I ever seen, and if not the best, because all these wrestlers in it. It was such a cool moment. And, it's the nostalgia of it. It's so awesome because the legends were in this movie. So cool. So yeah, I just thought it was a cool thing. I just want to review it right quick with y'all. Especially if you haven't seen the movie, I recommend checking it out. Especially if you're a wrestling fan, you will like these kind of wrestling movies, in my opinion. But yeah, guys, I just want to do a quick video. This is the WWE Fan Guy. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next video, guys. Thanks again. Bye.